Hello, I'm Nancy Ruby with Yoga Motion Academy, and today I'd like to introduce you to ways that make Shavasana, our relaxation pose, most comfortable. This is probably the most powerful pose of all, and it helps to balance out all the doing that we do in our life. It can be the most challenging as well if you're not used to being quiet and settling down. It can also be challenging because your body gets uncomfortable when it lays down. So I'm going to show you ways to prop your body. So I call this Restorative Shavasana. So we're going to use different props. I'll show you some options, and then after you've taken and tried all these different options I showed you, and you find that just right place for your body, then I'd like you to stay there for a while, okay? 10, 12, 15, 20 minutes. And I can guarantee that that will help you to feel a lot more relaxed and awake and alive and vibrant. So Shavasana, the most important pose of all. So I've got a bolster and my mat, and of course you don't have to have a yoga mat to practice this. And if you don't have a bolster, you could actually pile up 2 blankets. So I make the blankets about the same size as the bolster, and I could pile 2 of them if I wanted that height. And I'll show you now why that height helps out, and we'll also show some options for that. So for the first thing is just this simple remedy of a bolster. That's all you need. I'm going to turn my back, and I want the bolster not all the way at my lower back, but actually at the base of my ribs. So I'm going to lay back and feel my rib cage there. Do tuck the tailbone to lengthen the lumbar spine. And then I'm going to lay back and tuck my chin just slightly and let my shoulders go. So this is a huge opening for the shoulder girdle. We tend to round our shoulders a lot in life, and that seems to be a kind of an epidemic with all that we round over. So this is a great way to release your shoulders, passive stretching. So you can see how there's a lot of drop in the arm. Now you're stretching. You can try different angles. If the arms are up this way, you're stretching differently. This is more your pectoralis minor. Come down this way, you're stretching more across. So just feel. Don't worry about the name of the muscle. Just feel what's comfortable. If your fingertips start getting numb, you're going to need to back off a little bit. That means you're actually compressing the nerves in this area a little bit too much because those muscles are tight. You want to stay here a while, and this is without much propping. So the idea is your chest is wide open for deep breaths. Your shoulders are stretching back. You're creating ease in your upper back by letting those muscles relax. Okay? And your diaphragm is free, which is the big muscle here at the base of the ribs, so you can take full, deep breaths. Now, this is comfortable if your shoulders are already a bit open and you're not dealing with rounded shoulders, and if your back is fairly supple. If that's not the case, then I'm going to show you ways to modify the pose. So to get out of this pose, it's really important that when you come out, you want to bend the knees, turn to the side, and let your head stay pretty relaxed as you come up to center. So if you do have rounded shoulders, what will happen is your chin will be higher than your throat. So you're going to take a blanket and put it across your bolster and give your neck some support. And then I'm also going to take a blanket and put that under my knees. Okay? So coming back over the rib cage, drawing back, now the blanket's not just under my head, but it's all the way to the top of my shoulders. So my whole cervical spine is supported. You can adjust it. And then you can lengthen your lower back. And by putting a little something under your knees, I'm going to lift it up a little bit, then this releases your hip flexors, and that might even feel better on your lower back. So these are great additions to creating the most comfortable pose. You want your body to feel totally supported so you can actually really let go and not be disturbed. Another option, if you do have still have low back tension, is to notice how you come up to the side. Just put the bolster even higher. Lay back. Let the knees drape over the bolster. And again, this could take the tension out of the back. So if you have tension in the beginning, it's not going to feel better in 10 minutes. You want to make sure you start out feeling completely at ease. Now this is quite a bit of lift for the chest, which is excellent for the shoulders and the breathing, but it might be too much on your lower back. So let me show you another option. Again, to come out of the pose, you want to bend the knees, roll towards the side, and come up. Because you don't want to engage all those muscles you just relaxed. But to take that curve out of the lower back, I'm going to remove the bolster and just use my blanket. So it's less of a lift on the lumbar spine. And you want to make sure your blanket's really smooth. No lumps and bumps. Okay. And then again, I'm going to take another blanket across the top so my neck's supported. And then as I draw back, blanket underneath the ribs, find that just right placement. And then pillow all the way to the shoulders, arms open to the side. So you can see there's not as much of a lift, but there's certainly enough to get those shoulders back. You can bring the shoulder blades in a little bit and then let them go. And just put your legs in the most comfortable position. Close your eyes and just let your body breathe. Notice what you feel upon the inhalation, what opens, and notice what you feel on the exhalation. Empty out, let go. Restorative Shavasana. When you're done with the pose, even if you do this 5 minutes, it makes a difference in how you feel overall, but I would recommend 10, 12, 15, or 20 minutes. It's a great afternoon cat nap. You'll awaken feeling very refreshed. When you are done, you want to again take the feet up, knees bent. Now this time, because you've been here for a while, let's say, you want to take some time to just lay on your side, pull your knees up. This is gently rounding the spine now after that opening. Notice how you feel. And then, using your hands for support, draw yourself up. And take a few breaths upright. Check in. Notice how Shavasana has affected you. Your body, your mind, your energy, your attitude. Enjoy Restorative Shavasana. Have it your way. Make sure it fits your body. And then the mind will relax and you will feel refreshed and renewed and reconnected. Namaste.